He was the hometown hero, a star athlete, a good son. And then on one warm July night in 1984, Terry Arndt was murdered while trying to protect his date. For nearly 40 years, his family asked the same question: who would kill Terry? Today, thanks to DNA technology that didn't exist back then, they finally have an answer. Boerne, California, a quiet mountain town in Shasta County. Terry Arndt was just 18, a beloved football player. He had his whole life ahead of him. On the night of July 17, 1984, Terry took his date to a local lookout spot near an old mill. It was supposed to be a peaceful evening. Instead, someone was watching them, and that someone had a gun. Terry, ever the protector, stepped in front of his date when the man approached. He was shot twice, once in the leg, and fatally in the chest. His date survived, terrified, and gave police a partial description: white male, early 20s, buzzed hair, medium build. But there were no fingerprints, no security cameras, and no suspects. Terry's death shocked Boerne to its core. Detectives pored over leads, dozens of interviews, suspect sketches, even psychics. But nothing stuck. The murder weapon, a .357 revolver, was never found, and the few pieces of evidence collected were too limited for 1980s forensic testing. Eventually, the case went cold. Terry's mother, Cheryl, kept his room exactly the way he left it. She never stopped praying for justice. Fast forward nearly 40 years. In 2023, the case was reopened using advanced DNA technology from Othram Inc. DNA was extracted from old evidence, a blood-stained piece of clothing, too degraded for testing in the past. Using forensic genetic genealogy, they built a profile, and that profile pointed to Roger Schmidt, now 59. Schmidt was arrested in early 2024 and charged with first-degree murder. His DNA was a 99.9999% match. Schmidt had lived under the radar for decades, but the evidence, the DNA, the timeline, the physical match, was airtight. Terry Arndt's mother, now in her late 70s, finally got the call she'd waited nearly 4 decades for. Terry was our light, and now that light can rest in peace. The town of Boerne held a vigil on the football field where Terry once played. A new plaque reads, "Terry Arndt, hero in life, never forgotten in death." Justice doesn't always move fast, but when science and determination collide, truth has a way of rising. Subscribe for more cases where justice finally comes.